Alright, so this is the thick 8-ply, nice expensive museum board. Again, this is where you end up cutting yourself, is these big main cuts to get started. Now I want to make it super clear again that there should be no scrap at all thrown away in this class. When you take a brand new $30 board of mat board, this can be cut into 4 equal sections that are the exact sizes that you need. It's 40 by 32 inches, so if we cut it in half this way and this way, we're going to get 20 by 16 inches, which is exactly what we need. So slide that down, and you don't need to use any measurements at all with the T-square for this first part. This is my short side, so this is going to be the side I cut the 16 inches. There's a perfectly calibrated ruler right here. Put it on 16 inches, making sure it's flush along here. Like I said before, do not push down on the first cut. You're going to need to do at least 4 or 5 passes. Okay, almost. Alright, so my good friend that I was helping can use these pieces later. I'm going to take this now. Close enough. Now I just cut this to the 20-inch mark. Okay, approximately 16 by 20 inches. I also have the backing piece, which is a much thinner, cheaper, it's a key part, board, which, long as this is as the same size or slightly smaller, it's fine, which is actually a little bit too long in this direction. So a really quick trim here will solve that. It's going to be a little bit smaller, but as long as you can't see the back piece. Great. Now, my image. I'll talk to you a little bit more about these. You know, they're nice premium luster photo paper. So don't touch them, don't pick them up with one hand because it'll put a little dimple right there, and that's pretty much a permanent wrinkle. They will scratch if you use a T-square or something hard on the front surface, so be careful to handle them gently. Now, I'm going to do the T-chart again, and if you can zoom in on the T-chart when we get to it. I know my mat board is 16 by 20. That's 13 3/4. Okay. So, T-chart. Do it this way every time, otherwise you'll get confused. Long, short. The mat board is 20 inches, 16 inches. My image on the long side was 12 3/4. And on the short side, we will call it 11. At this point, I subtract 1/4 of an inch from the image, which is going to, or 1/2 an inch, I'm sorry, 10.5 and 12.25. Subtract the third number from the first number, which is going to give me 5.5 and 7.75. Divide these two numbers in half to get 2.75 and 3.375, I think is what it probably is. We'll assume it is. Now, the reason I like this T-chart is because I can see on my 20-inch side where it says 20 inches, and I put my T-square on there, that's the side that I come in 3.375, which is 3 3/8. 3 3/8. I can come in 1, 2, 3, 3 3/8. On my short side where it says 16 inches, I can come in 2.75, 1, 2, 2.75. Hold your image up to it, check your work, and it's good that I checked my work because 3.375 wasn't right. We're going to make it, what would be better? 3 1/4, nope, 3 and 3 3/4 is probably going to work out better, which is an easy fix. A calculator would have been probably an easier fix than this, but you know, we're in a rush. Okay. Now, cutting. The center of the mat board goes to the right. And we start, Ben, Lucas, if you can come here and see where I'm putting the blade. Can you see around on the side? No. So if this is the line I'm using, it's going to go in right about there. Okay. Push it down all of the way, then pull it back a little bit past about 1/4 inch the line that you're stopping at. Double check to make sure that it went through all the way, and then perfect. Now, I didn't erase those old lines, but I kind of recommend that you do if you have multiple lines because it's really easy to get confused on which lines you're cutting on. Hopefully I don't ruin the video. Now I'm going to deliberately undercut this last one so I can show you how to fix an undercut. So it didn't fall out, and at which point I should be really careful with it. Set it here, get a loose blade. Now, let the mat board do the work for you. Open it up slightly, and then it'll actually hold the blade there at the correct angle. Just finish the cut that way. You don't need to do much work at all. Just kind of push it a little bit further and down. I didn't really overcut more than just like 1/8 of an inch, which is fine. I won't count off points for that. So here's our brilliant front. Excellent. There is no scrap. This goes on top of the stack over there, so it can be used for practice later. Our hinge. Our hinge using the archival tape, which is annoying. It's got a backing to it, so you want to tear it. Do not cut it. Tear it with your fingers. That way there's these little loose ends of fabric that allow you to grab onto and separate. We'll do 2 pieces this way. Oh, that's sloppy. I mean, there's no reason this shouldn't be straight. That's what it should look like, not, you know, probably no one besides you and me are ever going to see that interior hinge, but I'm grading it, so. And then one piece across the actual gap right there. Okay, so the hinge is complete, it's moderately secure, and I've already messed this up. Key point. I'm not going to change it. We'll just deal with it and I'll make an inaccurate video. But the hinge should always go at the top of your picture. So if this is the top, it should have hinged this way. But now I'm going to decide that this is the top. See? Top. Now we know. Alright. We just need to position this, which, there we go. And we're going to make 4 corner pieces by folding it once this way, and then twice over to make a piece that looks like that. Flatten it. You definitely want to get your tape torn ahead of time here. And keep this stable, which it kind of was. Hold the corner piece, remove the photo, and apply the tape. This tape is very precious. Last step. With an acid-free archival pen, you're going to sign the actual photograph itself. All this needs to be is 2013, your signature, and then AP. AP stands for artist print. We're not doing a series of these. This is the only one for us, and since we are the artist, we're signing this AP. If we were doing a larger series of 50, it would be 1 out of 50, 2 out of 50, and so on. Signing the front of the mat board for display purposes. 2013, signature, and that's it. There is no AP on the front. If you wanted a title, it would be title over here in quotes, signature, and then 2013 after your signature. That's it.